So I ask a question to all of the tier one guys I interview, and you are by far, I would say, the one in a unique position to answer it. So I interviewed a guy by the name of Chris Van Zant almost a year ago at this point from the same unit you served in. And he talked about how when SEAL Team Devru guys came over in Iraq, similar to what you were talking about earlier, how I don't know if you'd say augmented or they used them to kind of fill roles, right? It might have been the same years for all I know that he was talking about. From your experience, how similar are those two units? Because they're kind of big rivals. And then what would be the difference in like simplified terms for the audience between the guys in DevGru and then guys that are in the unit?
So I'll tell you this. I'll say this about Dev Group, and then I'll say this about, quite frankly, 24 NATO, high-end special operations units. In my experience, and I'm speaking for myself, by and large, the guys all the same.
I've heard that before, yeah.
Freaking Grom, freaking KSK, you name it. It's the same guys, the same mentality across all of them. In fact, even like I know when Larry Vickers went to Russia, years ago, the Alpha Group guys, he was like, dude, they're just like us, So, so the guys are the same, and the Dev Group guys, as far as the guys, same. I would say the differences are in the overall units, in the structure, and to me, the biggest difference between those two units, and again, my opinion, is that everyone on Dev is a SEAL. Everyone. They're all SEALs. So they have a major basis of similarity because they all come from the teams. The unit recruits not just Army-wide, but U.S. military-wide. To give you an example, when I got blown up, the guy that got blown up with me, standing literally right next to me, before he was in the unit, he was a Navy hard hat diver.
No shit. Wow.
So the guys there come from, you could have people from the Marine Corps, you could have people from, a Navy hard hat diver, you could have Rangers, SF, there's so many different backgrounds. And so both of those things, in my opinion, having everyone have the same common background has its advantages and disadvantages. And then having everyone have completely different backgrounds has its advantages and its disadvantages. But I think that's the huge fundamental difference in those two units. And those advantages and disadvantages, I believe those are that's the basis cause of those different personalities of each unit.